Good evening. Thanks for taking the time and trouble to listen to what I have to say. Let me start by telling you a little bit about myself. My name is Mike Conway. I'm an apprentice trained engineer, actually trained in the aerospace industry with Lucas. Having passed all my exams, I actually then entered into the commercial world of selling. I started in internal sales, realised I was pretty good at that, moved across to external sales, promoted then into sales management. I then became the managing director of a pan-European sales and marketing company, and so all in all I've had a wonderful career and worked all over the world. What you'll see, the common denominator for my career today has been sales and sales management, and it's what I do today. I educate and develop the next generation to become proper professional salespeople. What do I mean by professional salespeople? Well, first and foremost, I think the selling profession is a wonderful career choice for many people. Not for everybody, but for many people. A top-class sales professional will always be in demand, either in times of boom or bust. They can always expect to be well rewarded and recognised for their achievements. But, like any profession, either in commercial or in sport, there are rules that must be learned and understood. There are skill sets that must be practised and honed. I actually think as managers it's our business to ensure we help our salespeople develop these skills. You can't really use the word typical. Each course is developed to suit the individual needs of the company. So what I do is I work with the management of the company to understand their requirements, and then we develop the course and the programme accordingly. I will say it is vital that we have the senior management on board and in agreement with our aims and our objectives. We recently put together a course, a 2-day course for ThyssenKrupp. Included in those modules we had basic marketing, what is selling, the rules of selling, market intelligence, how we get it, what do we do with it, the art of listening. Yes, you're right, I did say listening. It's absolutely vital we teach our salespeople how to listen. We dealt with inquiries and complaints, and of course 4-column thinking. Well, 4-column thinking does become a philosophy for many companies when they understand it, quite simply because it works, it's successful. In reality, 4-column thinking is a unique but simple tool that takes the very complex buying, selling process and condenses it. It makes our role as salespeople eminently more successful and indeed profitable. Let me give you a little insight into the 4-column thinking philosophy. 4-column thinking is a tool to help us focus on the vital information we require if we are to be commercially successful. Column 1 is the current situation. Within column 1 we have the N. N is for need. Almost exclusively a need must exist for people to buy. We must ask questions to establish as much information as is possible to establish what this need is. A little warning, do not confuse need with want. The A in column 1 stands for authority. We must know as much as possible about the person, or indeed the people, we are talking to. We need their name, address, their telephone number, their title, their role, any additional information that we can get about his authority level is also very desirable. For example, can he authorise the purchase? Don't forget, we may have multiple authorities. We may have authorities who are what we call absent. We must establish who and where these people are and how they may impact or affect the decisions we're looking for. The M in column 1 is money. Money, of course, is vital in any business, not least ours. In this context, it can be the budget for the purchase, the ability of the customer to pay, the terms and conditions, how they will pay. It also allows us to explore other potential opportunities relating to money. For instance, will they pay more for a superior service? The TS in column 1 is, of course, timescales. Again, the more we know about the prospect's timescales and the circumstances that will influence them, the better. If our delivery is 6 weeks and the prospect needs delivery in 2 weeks, we may have the best products, we may have the best services, but it doesn't matter, does it? We can't meet the delivery. Or does it? I will leave you with that little conundrum to consider. We now move to column 2, the buying motives of individuals. Potential customers will always have motives when buying or indeed not buying. They may be completely rational. For example, we need the metal tomorrow for machining, or completely irrational. I will only buy the metal if it is painted blue. We must not assume people's buying motives. We must ask. We must establish what they are. Remember, if we have multiple or absent authorities, we must establish the buying motives for each individual. Column 3, features and benefits of our company's products and services. The first 2 columns so far have all been about the customer. Now we have to think about the products and services that TK can offer, that we believe best match the customer's needs and will therefore encourage him to purchase from us. Our people must be properly product trained to do this. If you or your people require product training, ensure that it is given. Column 4 is relevant benefits for each individual. It's now time for us to put the selling proposal or proposition to the customer. We know a great deal about the customer's needs, his requirements, his timescales, why he's looking to purchase. We know our products and our services. If we can now highlight all the benefits that have emerged that we believe will appeal to the customer, for example, this product meets all the technical specifications and within budget, it is our job to sell the product to the customer. No, it's not. It was actually developed in the late 70s by a very forward-thinking individual called Doug Spittle. In fact, some of your company's senior management, including Terry Sargent and John Ferguson, were trained by Doug, as indeed was I. What we do is to make it relevant for the very different business needs of the 21st century. Yes, it does. It ensures we consider fully all the key aspects of the opportunity, either on the telephone or indeed in a face-to-face meeting. When we add the other elements of the course, we are in control of the selling opportunity. We are therefore better positioned to promote the benefits of our products and services to meet the main motives and needs of the customer arising from the inquiry. Good question. The course does take place in a classroom. It is not, however, a series of lectures. The course is designed to be very interactive, and all participants are advised in advance they need to come prepared to engage, to be involved. I often try to have a mixed course of both internal and external salespeople, often and if possible from different offices and different locations. And it's a great opportunity to start them working together as an integrated sales team rather than two disparate entities, which is often the case. Dependent upon the circumstances, I sometimes do work with a participant at their office or indeed in the marketplace, visiting prospects with them prior to the course starting. Yes, indeed it does. As we look at the needs of the business, we also take careful consideration of the skill sets and the experience of the participants. We then set the course standard as appropriate. However, you'll be often amazed at the level that supposedly inexperienced salespeople can work at. One thing's for sure, the course will challenge and stretch the participants. Remember, we're working in a very safe and protected environment. We have no customers, we have no competitors. We are with our friends and our colleagues. Will there ever be a better time to stretch and develop and exercise our people than this? Quite simply, the answer is day one. You will see and hear an improved approach to your market, to your prospects and your customers from day one. You will see and hear better preparation, better timed and better planned questions, improved listening, and again I repeat, it's absolutely vital we teach our salespeople to listen. You'll see an increase in professionalism overall, and of course better qualified inquiries for increased and improved profitable sales. Look, I apologise if this comes across as somewhat arrogant. It's not meant to. Fact is, some of the people you employ are natural born salespeople. They have the communication skills, the persona, the drive, the energy, and when we give them the tools and the confidence and the management support, they will thrive. Our business will thrive with them. For others, it's not so easy, but with this approach, we can significantly enhance their selling skills. They and the business are the beneficiaries. You know, I said management support. This type of training is not an excuse for lack of management involvement. It is not a panacea or a substitute for management. In fact, it is the opposite. Once we have given the people the tools, they must be encouraged to use them. They must be challenged, they must be led, and guidance must be given when it's not going right. This must come from management. I honestly believe that sales management is one of the most difficult roles in industry today. It cannot, nor must not, be ignored. Many thanks for your time and courtesy in watching this snapshot of what people and business development is about. Hopefully, it has given you an insight. Again, many thanks for the opportunity.